What's up everyone? In this video I'm going to show you how I make custom splitter and canards for my car. You can see it kind of in the background here, but I'm going to walk you through the process of how I make these splitters and canards. So first off, you need to decide what material you have or what material you want to make the splitters and canards from. I'm using ABS plastic. I hear people using aluminum and even wood, but I like ABS plastic because it's lightweight and it's reliable and it's durable. So this is what I have here. And for splitters, you need a large sheet of whatever material you're using for the splitter. Canards, you can get it by with a smaller sheet, but if you can see in the background, this is a large sheet of ABS plastic. It's 4x8, 4x8 feet, and that's what I'll be making a splitter and canards from. So once you have your material that you're using your splitter from, so you need your cardboard. So you can cut templates out of the cardboard and then use those templates to cut the ABS plastic so you don't mess up the ABS plastic as you go along and use more ABS plastic than you need to. So once you have your material, your cardboard, you need your cutting tools. I'll be using a jigsaw to cut the ABS plastic. I found that works pretty good and it makes pretty clean cuts. So once you have all those things together, then we can start actually mocking up your cardboard with the bumper and the splitter. So we got all that. I'm going to show you how I mock up the cardboard to the actual bumper. Alright, with your cardboard, you want to cut a 16 by 16 inch square, something like this. This side I've actually already used to start mocking up on the bumper here, but I'm going to show you how I mock up on the flat side. So you want to have it like this, and then once you have it like this, we'll put it on the bumper. Alright, what I like to do is on the flat side that we're going to mock up on the bumper, I like cutting little slits all the way down, and probably about 2 inches, like slits going down 2 inches all the way across. And I'll show you why I like to do that in a minute. But so you're just going to cut this, something like this, all the way down. It's going to take a minute to actually get this whole board cut, but I'm going to skip to the next part. So all the way down, I'm going to skip to the next part and I'm going to show you why I do this. So this is what it looks like after you're done cutting it, and this is why I cut it in little slices like this. And so when you go to put it on, measure it up on your bumper, this is for the canard. You just go like this, press it up against the bumper, and all these little tabs will flex easier instead of having it like this, where it's a lot more sturdier. It don't flex as much. So when you have these little slits in here, you can go like this, and it flexes a lot more. It's a lot easier to line it up. And once you line it up like this, get all these little tabs where you want them. I like to use a pen, or a marker would be easier. You just gotta be careful that you don't get marker on your bumper when you go to trace it. But I like to trace once you got all these pretty even where you want them, like this. I like to trace this. You just follow the bumper along with the curve, trace it all the way over. And like I said, the pen's a little bit trickier because it doesn't like to lay down as easy on the cardboard. Marker's a lot easier. You just gotta be careful with your bumper. But once you got a general idea of how your bumper curves with this, and then from here, all you have to do is start trimming off these pieces until you get it. So I'm gonna trim this off a little bit. I'm gonna get this a little bit situated a little bit better and get a little bit better marking on here. That's just my process. I just go like this, and then the more you trim off, the closer it'll sit to the bumper, the more flush will sit to the bumper, and the easier you can draw the line. You just keep repeating this process until you get it pretty close. So I'm gonna make my first cut real quick, and then I'm gonna mock it back up, and see how she looks. Alright, got it cut. It's just a rough cut here, so I just kind of follow the line there. You can see the pin line there. And then when you go to mock it up again, you see how it's a little closer now. You just do the same process over again. So press it up against the bumper. You see how these are flexing inward. So these need to be trimmed a little bit more. So you just keep on doing that. So like I have it right there. So I grab a pen and start making more marks, just so it give me a little guideline. Just like that, and I'll go trim off a little bit more. So I'm gonna keep on doing this process until I get it pretty much flush. So I'm gonna show you the finished product after I keep trimming this. Alright, so I got it trimmed up a couple times. I did the process over and over. So now I'm gonna line it up like this. As you can see, it's pretty flush all the way around up here. So now that I have a basic template of what I want it, how it to be with the bumper here, I'm gonna sit this down on another piece of cardboard, trace this out so it's a lot smoother, because there's a lot of bends still in here. So I'm gonna trace it a lot smoother, cut that out so it'll be a smooth line, and then go ahead and try it again, just make sure I have everything right. And after I do this, I should have the template I need, or the curvature, well, not the full template, just the curvature of the bumper I need. And then from there, we'll go to mock up how we wanted to design the actual canard here. So let me go trace this again and cut out another piece so it'll be clean, and I'll show you all what to do next. Alright, so I traced it on a new cardboard, got a nice smooth finish here, so it's all nice and neat. And if you go to look, right there, lines up perfectly all the way around. So now I can draw how I want my canard to look. So this is where, however you want it to look, you can do it yourself. I'm not gonna make a crazy one. I'm just probably do just a basic design, something like this, something like that. I can draw it out real quick here. So I'm probably gonna do something like where it comes off like this. I want it to come out probably right around here, the corner right here. It comes out like this and comes back in. So something like that. I know you can't see this yet. I'm just doing a little sketch. Something like this. So, not sure if you can see this on camera, it's a pretty light line, but something like that is what I'm looking for. And so that's what I'm gonna do, like that. And you can just play around with whatever design. If you want the arch right here to go closer to this side, you can go like this and come out more like that. However you want to do it. But I'm gonna have it something like that so it follows the curvature of the bumper. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna finalize this real quick, make a darker line, make them straighter, and I'm gonna cut this out, and then I'll show you how it looks actually on the bumper here. So, all right, got it cut out. This is the shape I'm kind of going for. Looks like a little boomerang here, but that's what I'm going for. I got painter's tape on this side like this, so I'm about to mount it right now. So I got one on each end, and then place it where I want it. And that looks about good right there. Get the tape onto the bumper. That's what she looks like. So that's how I do canards here. Let me get the camera real quick. I'll do a little walk around. Now that you have your template here, you want to mock it up on your ABS plastic. This is leftover plastic that I had from a previous splitter I made. Usually if I have a full sheet like this right here, I'll usually do the splitter first, the splitter first, because the splitter takes up most of the room, because you're doing the width of the bumper and all that. So that takes up a lot of room. So I like to do the splitter first, and then with whatever leftover pieces I have from the splitter, I like to use the canards, because canards don't take much to make. But since I had an extra piece laying around, I'm just going to show y'all right now how I do this. I got a white color pencil. You can either use like chalk or whatever, but I'm using this to trace the outline of the actual canard here. You just want to be careful. You just want to make sure that you have whatever face facing up, the right face facing up, because this is, you can kind of see it. I'm not sure if you can or not, but this is kind of like a rough edge. I forgot what they call this edge, and then you got a smooth edge right here. I want the rough edge facing up. It just makes it not really, I guess it makes it kind of look cleaner, but it makes it where it doesn't get it, you don't get scratches as much. It's harder to get scratches on the top side right here, as opposed to the smooth side here. You can see all the scratches on it. So I like using this side. So you gotta make sure whenever you go to trace this that you're doing the right side up. So this is how it goes on that side. So this side goes up. So I'm gonna set it just like that. Get it situated where you want it. And I'm probably gonna do it something like this here. So we get it traced. You just use your chalk, color pencil, marker, whatever you want, and just trace this. So just make sure it doesn't move on you when you trace it. And then once you got it traced, we'll go ahead and cut it. So I don't know if you can see it, but I got it traced there. So I got that one. And the same thing, you do the same thing for the other side, because the bumper is going to be the same on this side as it is the other side. So all you have to do is, since this was, this way, since this is the top side of this side, you just flip it, do it like that, and you'll have it for the other side. So it should be symmetrical, so it would be this side. So I'm gonna go ahead and trace out this one as well, and trace this out, and then I'll go ahead and cut it. Alright, so I got one cut out right here. What I do after I cut it out is I go ahead and look, see if there's any uneven. I don't know if you can see it here. It's a little uneven right here. Any imperfections that you cut. I take sandpaper. I'm using 60 grit. And I just go ahead and smooth it on out. So you can see there's a little imperfection here. I'm just gonna run 60 grit, get it all nice and smooth and nice and straight. And same thing when you go to mock this up on the bumper, if there's any gaps or anything like that, or any high sides where you need to shave a little bit off, I just use sandpaper as well. So I can just sand that bump down or that high spot down. It'll sit smoother with the bumper. But I also like, even if you do cut this straight and you don't have any imperfections, I suggest go ahead and use sandpaper to smooth out the edges. And I actually would use sandpaper on the actual edge right here, not the flat side here, the actual edge on top kind of, and just smooth that out, because it gets kind of not really sharp, but it's not smooth. So I just use sandpaper and smooth that out, both back side and front side. And once you do that, you're good to go. Then you can mock it up on your actual bumper, drill the holes for your brackets, and then mount them. But right now, I'm gonna show you, well, I guess I'll show you me sanding this. But yeah, it's pretty much almost done. So that's how it looks. And then once I actually get this all sanded, I'll show you on the car what it looks like. Alright, got it done sanding, and this is what it looks like. I just got painter's tape holding it up right now, but if you can tell, it's kind of hard since I have black car with the black canard, but that's what it looks like. And I got this actually would be mounted on the other side. Like I mentioned earlier, this is the smooth side. You can see all the scratches on it. If it was this side, you wouldn't be able to see all the scratches because this side doesn't scratch up that easy. So that's why I use this side. But this was supposed to be on the other side, but I just decided to mount it on this side. But that's how it looks. And you can see how it forms with the body going all the way around. So she's looking real good. That's how you make canards for a car. Well, my process of making canards. I still got to cut out the other one. I haven't done that one yet, but I'll do that in a minute. And yeah, so next thing you'll see is probably me doing the splitter. So I'll probably move on to that after I do this canard real quick, and then we'll do the splitter and I'll show you my process. The splitter is actually a lot easier to do, in my opinion, than the canard. Canard, you have to do a lot of trial and error to get the curvature of your bumper right. But with that technique I showed y'all, it makes it a little easier, but it's still a little bit tricky. But yeah. All right, I got the bumper off the car, and we're about to do the splitter now. I don't really have a workbench to put this on, a big enough workbench or anything like that, so I gotta do this on the floor. I might move it up to my little cart over here when I go to cut it, but I got the bumper on the floor on top of the ABS plastic. What I'm about to do is basically I'm just gonna trace my bumper to make this splitter. What I made here is just a little box. I have my marker, my color pencil, and it's just enough so when I put this on the ground and I go to move it, it'll draw on the ABS plastic. And this width is about 4 inches. So what I'm basically gonna do is just sit it on here and then just trace my bumper just like that. So I'll have a nice 4-inch all the way around my bumper. And that's basically all I'm gonna do to make this splitter. So just a little thing, just makes it even, just so like I have a straight line all the way across. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Looks like I need to sharpen my color pencil real quick. Alright, got it resharpened, about to finish this right now. Alright, that worked out pretty good. As you can see, well, if I can get the light out the way. Oops. So right here, we got the line going all the way across, all the way there, all the way over. And the first one, I got a little too close to the edge here. So the point right here went off the ABS plastic, so I had to push it back a little bit. So that's why there's 2 lines here. This is the first one, too close. That's the second one right there. That'll work fine. And goes all the way around there and all the way around. And then that's really all you need to mark the splitter. And then again, it just all depends on what style you want. This one, I just want to make it like a round style to go all the way around. The one over here, you can't really see, but the RSX back there, that one I had more of a boxy style. It came out more like at an angle here and then curved with it. So just this curving all the way around, it came out like this and then curved. But just whatever style you want. This one was a little bit easier to do, and this is the style I was going for anyway. So yeah, just use that little box here. Give me a nice even, right around 4 inches, lip around the whole thing, and that's all you really need. You can cut it. I'm going to trace the back side here in a minute if I can get this out. So this is the back side here. I'm probably going to come out a little bit right here, go like that, like this, cut back in, and then probably go like probably right here and just cut all the way across, just so I don't have to cut like a straight line all the way there. It's just a little too much plastic underneath, so I'm just going to trim it out a little bit and just follow the bumper around. I'm going to make sure there's enough ABS plastic underneath so you can mount the lip to these holes over here, to the bumper and all that, so it would be nice and secure. But I just want to get rid of any excess plastic that I have, and also help me save plastic on this side as well. So yeah, let me go ahead and mark that real quick, and then I'm gonna go cut it. Alright, so I got the back side all marked up. That's how I'm gonna have it. So everything's good to go. Yeah, now all I gotta do is cut it, sand it down a little bit, and then she'll be done. Like I said, this is a lot easier, in my opinion, than the Canards over here. A lot less time for me to do. But yeah, so let me go ahead and cut this real quick, and we'll see how it looks when it's done. Alright, like I said, I don't have really a place to put this to cut it to make it any easier. So right now I'm just sitting on a ladder and using it as an elevated platform so I could cut it with a jigsaw. I wouldn't recommend this, but this is all I got right now, so this is what I have to use. So yeah, I'm gonna get the jigsaw and get to cutting. But yeah, this is my situation right now. So I'll probably just do like a little time lapse or something with me cutting this, because it's gonna take a little bit longer, because this is an awkward situation. So I gotta be a little bit careful. But yeah, let me get to cutting. Alright, got the cutting done. It wasn't that bad. Yeah, got it all done. It looks pretty clean. There's not really too many places I need to touch up or anything like that. I am going to sand down the edges so they're smooth, because right now they got like little burrs on them from the plastic and all that. But yeah, so after you get this cut, you want to sand it again like we did the Canards, and you're good to go. And then, well, you drill your holes for where you want to mount the splitter and all that. Wherever you think you need to put the holes to get them mounted, you can do that. I'm not going to walk you through where to put the holes or anything like that, because it's going to be different for each car. So this is when you would have your bumper off over here, take it, sit it on here. Actually, let me do that real quick. So you sit your bumper on the splitter, so that's how it's going to look, or how this one looks. Looks pretty good. And then when you would go to mount the holes, like on this bumper, like how I have these little tabs here, right here, here, and there, and then near this lip underneath this side, I'd actually drill a couple holes going down each side and then attach to the lip, to the bumper, and then on the sides here, on each side. And then I have my support rods going in from the front, either up here to here, from here to here, just wherever you like to put them. That's how I have it on mine, and I've driven plenty of miles on it for it to, if something was going to happen, go wrong, nothing's happened, so it works really good. So yep, this is it. This is how you do the splitter. Really easy, easier than the Canards. So yeah, that's how you get everything done. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. I really hope I was able to guide you through making your own custom canards and splitters as well. Again, thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful or anything like that, give me a like. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see when I post my next videos and be up to date on what I do next with both my cars. And yeah, I think that's it. Peace guys.